Let's take you quickly to the court now in Bloemfontein. Mosebenzi Zwane, that's the former Mineral Resources Minister. This is the case that's taking place in Bloemfontein Magistrates Court. And you will know that the case this morning has to do with Mosebenzi Zwane when he was the Free State Agriculture MEC. Mosebenzi Zwane there. Zwane and his two co-accused, you remember, were released on bail following their arrest in September. The group facing fraud charges, theft, corruption and money laundering. Listen to the amounts involved here.
First, and you, my brother, right? Thank you very much, guys.
Sure.
Thank you for talking to me.
Sure. All right, so that's the former minister, Mosebenzi Zwane, talking to the media there. In fact, there was quite a shortish chat with the media. We only went to it slightly late. Hopefully we can bring some of what he had to say, but it does appear that there was a short court hearing there. Govan, Whittles, you were in attendance in court. Are you able to give us a quick sense of what happened?
Investigative director has rounded up most of the people that have been implicated in the Vrede Dairy Farm project. Today we saw Mosebenzi Zwane. He's the former Minister of Mineral Resources, but more importantly he was the MEC of Agriculture in the Free State government. And he's the one that was said to be behind what the State Capture Commission described as the setting up of a special purpose vehicle to loot state funds in the 280 million rand project. With me I have Cindy Siboka. She's the spokesperson for the Investigative Directorate. She'll speak to us now. Cindy, thank you so much for your time. So a lot more people that we saw in court today. Just take us through the additional appearances and the context behind what we saw.
So what transpired today is that the matter has been transferred to the Bloemfontein High Court. It will appear on the 25th of January 2023. What happened today is that the persons that were initially arrested in 2018 were added to this particular matter. We now have about 15 persons on the court roll, or on the charge sheet rather, 8 companies and 7 persons. Some of the people added are the former government officials that we're saying aided and abetted and actually partook in the ensuring that the Estina company gets sums of money from the department. We're talking about Sepati Dlamini, we're also talking about Tanki Masiteng, as well as Peter Tabet, who's accused one in this matter. But we also have another person who's a former business owner of Estina, which is now under liquidation, who was actually part and parcel of this particular appearance, Kamal Vasram.
You also have Ronica, Ragavan, and as well as Ugeshi, Govender. They're said to be people who were associated with the Gupta family's businesses. Do you believe that this case will definitively tie the alleged looting to the Gupta family? And how strong do you believe this case is when it comes to that? I'm also asking this in context of the application tomorrow for the extradition of the Gupta family that will be heard here in Bloemfontein in the High Court.
For starters, this is the second attempt that we're doing as a state to basically make sure that some of the shelf companies that were created, what we're alleging were part and parcel of how the Gupta family benefits are actually brought to book. Currently, we're bringing those that aided and abetted and ensure that they make the money actually get to the various Gupta entities to account. What we're also saying as a state is that this is the second strike. First was Nulani, now it's Estina. Both of these matters are what we put in our application for the extradition of these particular persons in another jurisdiction. But I'll pause right there before getting ahead of myself in terms of what's actually happening in that matter currently. However, the state is happy with what we've brought before court. However, it's not for us to then definitively say that it's a winnable or not winnable case.
All right, thank you so much. That's Cindy Siboka speaking to us after the appearance of Mosebenzi Zwane here on fraud, theft, corruption and money laundering charges at the regional court in Bloemfontein. Only we spoke to Mosebenzi Zwane just for a few moments after he left court. He said he still feels strong. He doesn't want to comment on the merits of the case, but does believe that he'll be able to defend himself successfully. Just some more background on the Vrede Dairy Farm project. This is one project where the government had paid a 30 million rand sum up front, and the State Capture Commission heard evidence that the Estina bank accounts only had 16 rand in them the day before the government paid that 30 million rand. It's supposed to be one of the classic cases of looting of the government that involves the Gupta family. Based on what we've heard from the investigative directorate, they appear confident that the people that they brought into the dock today, the additional people, will strengthen their case towards a successful prosecution.
Govan Whittles, thank you very much for that comprehensive update. Very, very clear case there.